any kind of integration with the rest of the world.
Right.
And so I really like that kind of stuff. But we will, let me check that out, see what's
Yeah.
going on. All right.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back after these words. So don't go anywhere. Stay right there. We're going to come right back after this. Let's take a break here real quick. Studio right there. So all my information is broadcast. It went dead again. Okay, now it's back on. It's on now. Yeah. No, it's all okay. Now it's on. The cameras are fluctuating. Now it's on.
Let's kill it.
Yeah, because then if it comes back, then. Where you get all your news and reviews all in one place. We're back, and we're about to go into our next segment of Tech Pulse. So just sit back, relax, and let's kick into this next segment. Now, Devin, you said something quite interesting going into the last break. You said that with Google and this new conversational tool that they put into Chrome, that we're all going to this Star Trek type era where we talk to our computers. We say, computer, we know that Xbox One has that feature built in. You say, Xbox, bring up TV. Boom, TV comes up. Xbox, play game. Switches into game mode. Xbox, where's my pizza? Boom, it brings up Pizza Hut. That's how they designed Xbox One to be, to work with that voice recognition. Now, Google is putting that into its Chrome browser to where you can use your voice rather than using the keypad to do things. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to download the latest version of Chrome and test it to see how this thing really works. Now, speaking of that Star Trek, because that's really what I wanted to get to. Now, the Quest, how many of you out there know about Star Trek? Have you ever heard of the tricorder? You know, that's a device on Star Trek that they use to take environmental readings. You'll see them bring it out, and it makes noise, and they do it like this, so they can check, and they'll tell you there's radion in the air, and this person is over here, and I'm detecting life signs, all of that stuff. They call it a tricorder, but really it's not, because it records more than 3 things. Tri obviously means 3, and quarter is for recording purposes, and the tricorder on Star Trek, obviously it records more than just 3 things, but that's the name they call it. So, but there's a company that's called Scanadu. Or Scandu, however you want to pronounce it, Scanadu. So Scanadu. This company has not decided, but they have come up with something they are calling the first tricorder, and they're looking for backing. Just as you would do what we said, Kickstarter, just as you would do quick Kickstarter, a medical device maker, Scanadu, is looking to gain strength in its in-development tricorder-like sensor on crowdfunding site Indiegogo. That's the crowdfunding site Indiegogo, where you can go and look at this product that they're calling a tricorder. They said early supporters get a $50 discount on the product, and can get a chance to tour NASA's research park. The first 1,000 supporters can score Skenadu Scout, that's the name of their tricorder, the Scout, expected to ship in the first quarter of 2014. You're going to be able to get that for $149. The Bluetooth-enabled device will scan you and others' vital signs, including your temperature, respiratory rate, heart rate, blood pressure, and sends readings to your smartphone in about 10 seconds, they're saying. Now, this thing has IR, EEG, EKG scanners, plus an accelerometer, a Bluetooth radio, and a micro USB port. And the hardware, when combined with Scout's companion smartphone app, can track a person's heart rate, breathing rate, body temperature, pulse rate, even your systolic blood pressure and blood oxygenation. And to gather that data, the user must first download the free Scout app and pair the tricorder hardware with their Android, iOS, or BlackBerry 7 handset via Bluetooth. Then it's a simple matter of pinching the device between the thumbs and finger and holding it against their temple for 10 seconds while the app takes the necessary readings. From there, the app can track your data over the long haul and provide accurate picture of your health and things like that. And we have to wait to see next year when this thing is released if it's really going to do all that it says. But if you're looking for something to back, and you're saying, man, I want to back something that's revolutionary, something that's new, go over to Indiegogo, their website, and look for Skenadu's Scout. That's what they're calling it, the Scout tricorder. And this tricorder is going to read your medical results and give it to you, they said, within 10 seconds. Now, we have a couple of pictures of what this thing is going to look like. The Scout is a medical instrument that can almost replace, they're saying, a clinic. Not replace it as far as the people, but as far as finding out what's wrong with you, finding your heart rate. Now, you have blood pressure monitors that can do that. You have home blood pressure monitors, you have things like that. But this thing is small and portable, and it takes all kind of readings, your systolic blood pressure, your temperature, all of those different things, just by being held right next to you, kind of like the tricorder you see on Star Trek. And they're looking to gain approval from the Indiegogo supporters, can also participate in helping them, they're saying, to get approval by the Food and Drug Administration. So let me go ahead and show you a couple of mock-ups of this revolutionary device that could be hitting, they say it's coming out they want it to come out in 2014, and here it is right here. You might not really be able to see that here, so let me try and enlarge it. There you go. Let me try and enlarge that right there. This is a picture of the Scout. This is the first human tricorder. Now, of course, it doesn't look like the one in Star Trek, but this thing gives you the same readings. You hold it close to your body, it will read your blood pressure, your temperature, your systolic heart rate. I mean, come on. It's going to read, probably, it's going to be able to tell you what you're thinking even. Who knows? But these are the things that this thing is going to be able to tell you. And just to give you an idea of some of the things, because we read all of the different things that it can read, but let me just go over it here a little bit. I mean, because this thing is something that is going to be groundbreaking. Rather than going to your doctor to check, to check your heart rate or your breathing rate, your body temperature, your resting pulse rate, systolic blood pressure, even your blood oxygenation level, which is good, things to check. It has an EKG in it, IR, EEG, accelerometer, and all of these things that allows it to check those parts of your body to see, not parts of your body, those aspects of your health to see how you're doing. So rather than putting a thermometer in your mouth or in your ear or something, waiting for that, hold this thing up. It tells you all that information, sends the information to your smartphone. Sends the information, so you pair it with your iOS, BlackBerry. It's compatible with all the various smartphones, iOS, BlackBerry. Well, I guess not Windows Phone. It's just iOS, Android, and BlackBerry that they're saying right now it's going to be compatible. They didn't say anything about Windows Phone.
You gotta give me the link to that, because I have a friend
Indiegogo.
That was Indiegogo.
That's the site. That's the site they're saying to go to Indiegogo.com.
Okay, because I have a friend who actually was working on exactly something like that. That would give you a full range of
Readings.
diagnostic readings.
Right.
That I'm gonna have to send that to them. I wonder if they know about this. And
Maybe they're part of it.
yeah.
I mean, who knows?
No, I spoke to him yesterday.
He didn't say he was a part of it.
You know, so I'd be very surprised.
Maybe he's top secret. He don't want you to know he's a. But they say this thing is coming out in 2014, early.
You'll need it.
For $199. Oh, he's coming by the studio?
He's gonna come in next week, so you'll get.
For Tech Pulse?
Well, you know, maybe it might be interesting to talk to him because he's into what do you call it now? Not design,
Programming?
inventions and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
So that's the guy we need right here on Tech Pulse.
He's into that. I wouldn't say he's like, you know.
He's not like me. He's not into it like me,
not
but
bathed in it like you. It's not coming through his pores like you.
but he's interested.
Yeah, but you're not normal. So
Right. So then there you
you
go.
are normal.
He's a normal human.
He's a normal human. He's one of us. You know, not an interterrestrial like this.
So this tricorder, if it comes out next year, 2014, I mean a whole range of diagnostic and
You notice I said interterrestrial, right?
not extra.
Extraterrestrial. You have shades of humanness.
but still out there.
B-U-T, a big one, not T-T.
Right. I got you. It's important for
Sorry, I interrupted.
for the people of Tech Pulse to know that.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we're talking about this tricorder, and this. I mean, to me, I think this is the first. I mean, we've had so many advances, giving us, leading us to that Star Trek era. Yesterday, we talked about, for those of you that listen, we talked about NASA investing in 3D printing for the purpose of food. Now, if NASA is going, this is not, some Bill Bob down the street decided, let me try. So, this is not going to work. NASA saw 3D printing and said, man, this thing is good. So let's see if we can use this thing to print food. And their first project is trying to print a pizza. That's their first project. You see, because they say of the
that's a good place to start.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And of course, Devin is a pizza connoisseur. Straight from New York, and those New Yorkers thin crust.
Yeah, no, but I started my college days. I made pizza.
You made, so there you go.
I did.
So we need to call.
My job is eliminated.
With this new, if they can get this thing working, and NASA is saying, because NASA is all about space and stuff like that, and they're saying that they're astronauts. One of the reasons why it's tough for their astronauts to stay up in space so long is because you only have so much reserves for food. You can't, because when a space shuttle takes off, many people don't know this, but astronauts, because I had to do a report on this in college, and so forth, but astronauts have to adhere to strict diets before they go on the space shuttle. You might say, well, the health reasons and stuff like that. But the reason for that is that they need to keep their weight consistent. So when they're making the calculations for how much fuel they need, every pound is taken into consideration. If they gain as much as 2 pounds, that would deplete the fuel reserves that they have, and so they may not be able to get into orbit. So literally, they have a small window of pounds that they can gain. They can always lose, but gaining because they need that rocket fuel to get up there. So they have to account for every pound. So they can't have all kind of food stored in their space shuttle. They have to have different ways of being able to get food up there and get a lot of it without weighing down the shuttle. And if NASA can come up with this 3D printing and just have